Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Musical Mondays, where each week I talk about a different show from the world of musical theater. This week's musical is Wicked. The show has music and lyrics by Stephen Schwartz and book by Winnie Holtzman. It's based on the 1995 Gregory Maguire novel, Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West, which itself is a retelling of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum and the 1939 Wizard of Oz. Other adaptations include The Wiz! Now, before I start, it's worth mentioning that Wicked is one of my favorite shows because it's one of the first shows that I saw that I truly fell in love with theater in. It was one of the best shows I had ever seen. It was one of the first tours I had ever seen. I've now seen it 3 or 4 times. I've seen at least 2 tours, and I saw the Broadway. And I just think that it's a really beautiful show, aesthetically, and the talent is always incredibly amazing as well. Now that leads us into our plot. The musical is told from the perspective of the witches of Oz, before Dorothy even enters the picture. We learn about Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, and Galinda, who later changes her name to Glinda the Good Witch, who struggle through opposing viewpoints and personalities, rivalry over the same love interest, reactions to the wizard's corrupt government, and, ultimately, Elphaba's fall from grace. The show opened on Broadway on October 30th, 2003. The original West End production opened on September 27, 2006. In October 2018, an NBC broadcast titled A Very Wicked Halloween, celebrating 15 years on Broadway, was hosted by Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth and featured many talented artists singing different arrangements of songs from the show. And I loved it so much, I cried. The original Broadway production was nominated for 10 Tony Awards, including 2 Best Actress nominations. The show received 3 wins. Idina Menzel won for her performance of Elphaba, Eugene Lee won for Best Set Design, and Susan Hilferty won for Best Costumes. The show won the 2005 Grammy Award for Best Musical Show Album, and the original West End production was nominated for 4 Olivier Awards. The original cast saw Idina Menzel as Elphaba, Kristen Chenoweth as Glinda, Norbert Leo Butz as Fiyero, Joel Grey as the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Carol Shelley as Madame Morrible, and Christopher Fitzgerald as Bach. Notable Elphabas include Stephanie J. Block, Anna Gasteyer, Eden Espinoza, Teal Wicks, Shoshana Bean, Caroline Bowman, Mandy Gonzalez, Lindsay Mendez, and Lindsay Pierce. Notable Glendas include Megan Hilty, Annalie Ashford, Cara Lindsay, Kendra Kassenbaum. Notable songs from the show include Popular, The Wizard and I, Dancing Through Life, I'm Not That Girl, Defying Gravity, and For Good. Okay, so my fans out there who are interested in knowing more about the orchestration, the original production included 4 reed players, 2 horns, 2 trumpets, 2 trombones, a drum set, percussion, 2 guitar, 2 violin, a viola, cello, and bass, 1 harp, and 3 keyboards. Now let's move to fun facts about the show. Fun fact, there was an Elphaba before Idina Menzel. Stephanie J. Block read the part while the show was being developed, but the role ended up being recast as Idina Menzel. But Stephanie J. Block did go on to play Elphaba in the first national tour. Another fun fact, 12 homes can be powered with the amount of electricity it takes to stage the show every night. The production also requires 250 pounds of dry ice to create all of the dramatic fog. Another fun fact, the first few notes of the Unlimited/I'm Limited theme pays homage to the Wizard of Oz. They are the first 7 notes from Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Another fun fact, on April 8, 2010, NASA used Defying Gravity to wake up astronauts. Another fun fact, Elphaba's name is not used in the original books. She's simply called the Wicked Witch. She was nameless until Gregory Maguire wrote Wicked. He came up with the name by using Baum's initials, LFB, Elphaba. Fun fact, there are approximately 263 costumes constructed for each new production of Wicked, based on 180 unique costume designs. Another fun costuming fact about the show, Elphaba's Act 2 final dress used 40 yards of fabric to create. Another fun costume fact, Glinda's bubble dress has 45 petals in the skirt. Each one takes 3 days to bead and 1.5 days to sequin. Another fun costume fact, 1,401 costumes are featured in the London production of Wicked. Another fun fact, the fabric for the Shiz uniforms was designed by Susan Hilferty, and no 2 uniforms are alike. Another fun fact, it takes 424 man-hours per week to maintain the costumes for Wicked. A fun fact about wigs, the overall production uses about 90 wigs. All are human hair and were ventilated to match the actor's hairline. Another fun fact, the show uses 140 pairs of shoes. Another, we'll call it a fact, is that they keep rumoring that there will be a Wicked movie. It's supposed to hit theaters in 2021. From my knowledge, it's been in the works for quite a while now, so I'll believe it when I see it. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week for another musical. The musical, the 1939 Wizard of Oz. Alright, let's get started. For those of you wondering, Wicked did not win the Best Musical Tony Award. That year it was given to Avenue Q. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Very. What? The makeup that they use on Elphaba's skin is from the MAC store. The brand is called Chroma Cake, a solid watercolor cake activated with water. And there are a lot of great videos out there if you want to watch this happen. I have watched several of them. I think it's really interesting. Woo!